Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and page. Guys, you see Senator AKPABIO. Like, I don't know, I would want you to watch this video after saying this thing, then you now judge whether what he did, he got it right. Because I think as the mouthpiece to the people, Berekete family is doing his job. Yes, he's called ordinary president because of the post he's holding, and he fight for human rights and all of that. And he called, don't forget that if you watch the video, you see that he called Senator Natasha, and Natasha picked. He called Senator Senate President 3 times. In short, he called him the first time, he picked. The second time he did not pick, and the third time he did not pick, and he stopped calling him. Now, what we are hearing is that he is now summoned by Senate President to come and explain why he will call him that kind of call. Like, why would he pick as in call him the way he called him? That he's supposed to tell him that I will call you on so time, so please speak. Oh. And people are now saying that they need to accord him that respect. You know, a lot of comments, a lot of people have been saying a lot of things. But I want you to watch this video. Watch it and tell me what you think about this. One thing in this life, I know that Nigeria, you can't insult anybody because you are a president, because respect is reciprocal. There are certain things that triggers the attitude. Why Senator Natasha have to do what she did? And ordinary presidents that even tried reconciling, because I think he was trying to reconcile these two by calling the two of them to hear their own side of the story so that the whole world will hear it, because the same Senate president later apologized, you see. Anyway, guys, you watch this video and tell me what you think about this. If what ordinary president did was wrong.
The Nigerian Senate has invited Ahmed Issa, popularly known as the Ordinary President and host of the Brekete Family Show, to appear before lawmakers on or before February 27th. Now, the summon is reportedly linked to a recent live broadcast of his show where Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan aired her grievances against Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Issa during the video called both senators to address the controversy, while Natasha Uduaghan responded and accused the Senate leadership of victimization. Senator Akpabio declined the call 3 times. Well, following this summons by the Senate, the ordinary president has taken a different stance. Look at this.
See where I said she was wrong. Did you see that? But she must apologize too. She must apologize. She must apologize. You know, every reaction has an action that triggered the reaction.
Which we don't know.
So as we don't know waiting be the action will trigger the reaction. Waiting with the see now her reaction. And on the surface here, everybody don't see say she did wrong by her outburst. She go apologize.
Now, in a video before this, Ahmed Issa was saying that Nigerians stand behind Natasha and that they were going to make sure that she was apologized to by the Senate president. And so this juxtaposition is clearly a backtrack. But with the Brekete Family Show widely regarded as a platform for the common man, of course, many Nigerians are now questioning if this Senate invitation is an attempt to silence him or if there are deeper political tensions at play. Because why is he backtracking? I'm going to take some social media commentary. I absolutely love to hear what you guys have to say. Senator Shehu Sani weighed in on this. He says, inviting Ahmed Issa, the CEO of Berekete Radio, to the Senate is unnecessary and demeaning. Thank you, sir. Eukaria says, lol, LOL. So the masses have turned against her now. How did he change his stance so quickly? Only in Nigeria do the oppressed end up apologizing to their oppressors. And La Majora says, ordinary president no go fold care. Ordinary president now stutters. Nigeria is a gang up. you are on top. The fact that you are on top is that those who want you to do away with your platform have not had time yet or thought for you. Once you trigger their interest, they must either make you fold or make you go. I'm going to take one last tweet. Now, Morola says, needless to say, it shows you the priority of our leaders. If a Senate president is so petty, I wonder what they discuss in the Senate chambers. This is all extremely interesting. I find it very interesting that Ahmed Issa put the two lawmakers on the spot like that, and Senator Godswill Akpabio not answering the call. He's a very, very busy man. I don't think that speaks to his credibility in this situation. But I'm going to move on to my last story. In my final story, the children and the grandchildren of the late military ruler, General Sani Abacha, have taken to social media to defend his legacy after fresh claims linking him to the annulment of the June 12, 1993 elections. Now, former military president, General Ibrahim Babangida, recently blamed forces led by Abacha, who was then his chief of defense staff, for the infamous annulment. In response, Abacha's daughter, Gumsu, his son, Sadiq, and his grandson, Raiz, have expressed admiration for their late patriarch, insisting that his leadership remains significant despite all the ongoing scrutiny. Now, of course, as usual, their comments have sparked heated reactions online, and many Nigerians are debating Abacha's place in history. Was he a dictator? Was he a hero? Or was he just a pawn, as is being alleged by General Babangida? I'd love to take a look at social media. Rino Oduala says, if only this country was China or North Korea, people with last names like yours wouldn't even dare to show in public, not to talk of having the audacity to tell us narratives about who is more evil. There's a passionate tweet. Dr. Gaza Kure says, history might judge him differently, sure, but only if we ignore the facts and romanticize a thief as a hero. Nigerians deserved better than a leader who murdered, stole, and called it strength, referring to the Abacha loot. Malachi says, 7 p.m. in response to Rais Abacha, the grandson of General Abacha. He says, 7 p.m. news on NTA. We danced and celebrated our liberation from the despot. And finally, Chuksin had this to say. He says, all these children who were fed with looted funds won't keep quiet and hide their heads in shame. This is all very interesting. Veronica and Ibrahim, what do you guys think about this summons and this seemingly backtrack by Ahmed Issa, the ordinary president, right, as well as Abacha's children and grandchildren coming to his defense, despite the knowledge we have of the late general?
All right, let me begin with ordinary president. I think that we need to respect people who occupy certain offices, and I disagree with the fact that if the Senate president did not pick his call, it's a question on his integrity. I want to know what's transpired behind the scene. Did he, the ordinary president, tell the third citizen of this country that he was going to call him on his show, or he just decided to pick his phone and call him? The Senate president has an office we must respect. Yes, there was an issue. I do not like the way the matter went on at the floor of the Senate, but we must respect these people and their offices. Yes, they have a responsibility to answer us when we call on them, but you must also follow protocol and respect their office. Did he speak with him before then to know if he's available to join in on the conversation? That's a question I'd like to know answered. And then if the Senate president had agreed and then did not pick his call, then I can say it's a question on his integrity. Now for the late Sani Abacha and his children trying to defend him, I think that history or posterity will continue to speak for certain persons. For him, a lot of persons lost their parents, lost their families because of his personality and how he handled it. Yes, he must have treated his children with love, but a lot of people lost their parents, lost their fathers in the course of he being who he was at the time. I don't want to talk too much on this, but
yeah,
it's fine.
we're actually out of time, but let me just quickly speak to the ordinary president. I feel if it was me, if I were the one, I would consider it an infra dig. Not talk about the third person, I mean the third personality of this country, the Senate president. You can't just call people, can't batch into their privacy and just call them and expect them to now give you a matter that is of national interest. Yes, You represent the people. You do. I love the daring attitude, the confidence, and everything. But then I consider it, complete, demeaning to the persons of Natasha and that of the Senate president. So you should honor their invitation and explain better. But I disagree with Senator Shehu Sani on this.
All right, we'll have to leave the conversation here. Olamide, thank you for bringing us all of
You're
those
welcome.
stories.
So, guys, how did you see what they said? Does it make sense? Anyway, I don't know. I'm not a judge. I just leave this for you to judge it, because what the lady said concerning what a ordinary president said or did, I don't fancy it, because I don't think this is his first time of doing such. Anyway, guys, just drop your comment at the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Love you guys. Bye.